For this demonstration I'm going to use the JX Pro. It's probably the easiest one to explain. However, it's still the same for all of the grinders that have more than one full rotation to cover all of the grind sizes for all of the brew types, like the Q2, the X Pro, the JX and the J Max. It's all the same. Okay, start obviously with your grinder calibrated, and you'll know when that is when your burrs don't move. And your zero number in the starting position under either the grey dot on the JX Pro or maybe a red dot on one of the other grinders. That's your starting position for all of the grinders. So looking at the grind reference chart, at the top left you'll notice the word rotations. That's basically telling you from the 0 to the number 1. That's a full rotation of the adjustment dial. The 0 is going to move all the way around to the 9 and then back to the 0 for the one full rotation, and those are the numbers that's on the grind chart at the top. That's your 10 numbers. So you're going to move all the way around, and then you get to 9 and then back to the 0, which is your one full rotation and your 10 numbers. Then the number 2 on the grind chart at the top is obviously your second full rotation, and that'll be the numbers from 10 to 20. So again, just keep continuing opening your adjustment dial, and that'll do that. It'll get you up to the number 20 for your second full rotation. And then basically it's just that. From then on, of the number 3, it's obviously 30, so it's another full rotation. And then the number 4 is the 40, again it's another full rotation. And then to the end, the last actual grind setting is the number 5, which is a 50. And that's the end of obviously the French press grind range. So just to recap, that your number 9 and then the 0 back to the 0 for the full rotation is always the number 10. And it's your starting point also, which is the first 0 on the top left side of the grind reference chart, and that's your starting position, and that's also regarded as the 0 point. So it's basically that. It's as simple as that really for your grind reference chart, those top numbers. The numbers that you see in between each of the big numbers on the chart for the first full rotation, like the numbers 02, 04, 06, 08, are really just the numbers 2, 4, 6 and 8, and the lines between these numbers are the missing numbers 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So together they make up the numbers 1 through to 10, and that makes the 10 numbers within each full rotation, with the 10 being 0 numbers. So you would have something like this for the first full rotation: 0.02.04.06.08. Then back to 0. In between the actual numbers where you've got clicks. Now for the JX Pro it's got 4. So you're talking 1, 2, 3 and then 4. These are used for fine grind adjustments for, say, something like 1Zpresso, where you need to really finely adjust your extraction. If it's running a little bit fast or a little bit slow, then those would typically be used for just to fine tune that and dial that grind size in a little bit better. You can also maybe use that for a pour over, I suppose, if you want to really try and bring out the flavour profile a little bit better for your pour over, but that's typically used for that. I wouldn't really be concerned too much with those kind of fine tuning clicks until you get used to what your numbers are for your grind sizes, and then use those as a little bit of an extra kind of adjustment there. So I made up this grind reference chart and I modified it to kind of show you a little bit in a easier way to understand what I'm saying about that. Again, above the rotations you've got the burrs fully closed. between the 0 and the 1, you've got your first full rotation, and then you've got above the number 1, you've got number 10, because that's referring to the 10 full numbers on the actual adjustment dial. And obviously back to the 0, which makes your number 10. And then the second one, again, between the 1 and the 2 is your second full rotation. And again, above the 2, the number 20 refers to 2 full rotations of 10 numbers. And above that is the number 0, because of course you go back to your 0 again to make the number 10, 20. And then the 3 again, it's just repeated again all the way to the end, the 5th full rotation being obviously 50 numbers. And the 0 again for that to be your last number to make up the last full rotation. Basically all of the K series grinders are the ones that have the one single full rotation to deal with all of the grind settings for all of the brew types. For this demonstration I'll use the K Max. Okay, like before, calibrate your grinder and have the 0 number at the starting position. Here you can see it's under the red dot, and that's your burrs are fully closed and 0 in the position there. Okay, so this is your finest grind setting, and this is represented on the grind reference chart by the 0 in the top left. And this one is a lot easier to kind of understand than the other grinders that uses more than one full rotation. So basically you've got your start, your burrs are fully closed, and you just start opening your adjustment dial. Okay, now you've got 10 numbers on the grind reference chart. However, on the actual physical adjustment dial, you've only got up to the number 8. Now you need another 2 numbers to get you up to the number 10. But obviously the 0 counts as your number 9 there, and the 1 counts as your number 10. And that there is your full 10 numbers for the full grind range for all of your brew types. The end being the French press, which is obviously the number 10 being the end of the grind range for the French press. After that, you don't need to grind anymore. That's basically all of your settings right there. However, the adjustment dial does continue moving another just over a half rotation. So if you find that yours is moving more, don't worry about it. You don't really need that. Like I say, it's all happening within that full 10 numbers. You could, I suppose, as you can see there, that's gone to like the number 7. You could, I suppose, use those extra numbers for something like cowboy coffee, or you know, if you want something really coarse, but that's up to you. But like I say, you don't really need to do that, and it's as simple as that with the K series grinders. It all happens in that one full rotation.